Hello, our little spooks.
I'm Kimberly.
And I'm Lexi. Welcome to the Guarded by Demons podcast, where we discuss all things horror.
Happy September, everyone. We're so close to Spooky Month, but until then, this week I'll be talking about the horror anthology series, Masters of Horror.
Totally didn't stumble over that title, but it's okay.
Yeah, I'm tired, guys. I'm sorry.
We sleepy, but it's okay.
I'm very sleepy. Well, I had a tough day mentally, but it's okay.
It's okay.
Gotta get through this.
Shit happens, bro.
Yeah.
Tomorrow's Friday. And we have the house to ourselves for a few hours.
Great.
And on Saturday.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
Let's go.
For a sad reason, though, but, still.
I mean, it doesn't involve us, so I mean...
No, still sad,
Still
sad. Okay. So, we are going to be talking about Masters of Horror, but I thought we can go into some depth with the creator.
Ooh, let's go.
So the creator, Mick Garris, he is a writer, producer, and director. And he's mostly known in the horror genre. So here's some info about him. In 1996, Mick wrote a short film that accompanied Michael Jackson's Ghosts, along with Stephen King. But that wasn't the first time he ever worked with Michael Jackson. The first time he worked with Jackson, he was a zombie in the 1983 Thriller music video.
Dude, fucking Ghost is a great music video. It's a short film. It's not even a music video.
It is a short film.
Oh my god, I love Ghost. I haven't watched it in forever. I also love Thriller. It scared me as a child.
Oh, same. But
now I'm just like, dude, they're so cool.
Yeah.
Ghost would have definitely scared me as a child, not gonna lie.
I feel that. So Mick and Stephen King worked together quite a lot throughout his career.
Mm-hmm.
And they're known as a duo because they also... I can't remember the series, but they worked on on a TV series together. Oh, sorry. I think I had a cough right there.
You good?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Just making sure, bro.
Trying to see. Oh, he worked on The Stand with Stephen King. So he worked on that miniseries with him.
I've never heard of it.
He also worked on a adaptation for The Shining, but it was his and Stephen King's adaptation.
Oh, is that the one from the 90s?
Yes.
I thought so, because I remember James and Chelsea, shout out to Dead Meat, we're talking about that Stephen King preferred that one. But it makes sense because he was directly involved.
Yeah, he was directly involved with it.
Yeah.
So Mick Garris also directed the Psycho sequels in 1990. Mm-hmm. But his first directorial debut was Critters 2 in 1988. And since then, Mick has directed episodes. He's directed an episode from Tales from the Crypt.
Mm-hmm.
He wrote Batteries Not Included, The Fly 2, and the classic Disney Halloween movie, Hocus Pocus.
I haven't seen Batteries Not Included in fucking years. Holy shit. I forgot about that movie. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, he's written, produced, and directed so many things throughout the years. There's a lot of things that I could get into, but that is way too long.
I didn't say anything about Hocus Pocus because we all know what Hocus Pocus is.
Yeah, we all know what Hocus Pocus is.
I don't even remember the premise of Batteries Not Included.
Though Garris wrote the original Hocus Pocus, he is not involved in the sequel, but he wishes the cast and crew well with the project.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
I love that. That's weird that he's not involved. Did
he
retire?
He's not.
Is he retired?
No, he's not retired at all. He's still working.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. He's still working.
I wonder why he's not working with the sequel.
Sometimes they just don't ask for the original
director.
No, he didn't direct it.
Or direct.
He was a writer.
You know what I mean. You know what I fucking mean.
Sometimes they just don't ask him to come back, or they're scheduling conflicts. You know.
Yeah.
I don't know about in this case. I don't know about it in this case.
Obviously not on bad terms because he's wishing everybody luck. So I mean, at least I'd assume so.
Yeah.
So I mean.
So Garris has worked with many notable people in the horror genre and has remained close with each of them and thinks very fondly of those who have passed.
Oh.
So Mick is known to be the nicest guy you could ever talk to in Hollywood.
Oh, really?
Yes. So
That's
everyone
nice.
that has met him has said that nothing but positive things about him.
Oh, that's cool.
So he's very knowledgeable when it comes to talking about his craft and his career, and he seems genuinely interested in talking to you about the horror genre or anything that he's talking about, because he loves talking about what he does, and if you're willing to listen to him.
Plot twist, we get to have an interview with him. I wish.
God, I wish, because I would love to interview him.
Goals. Matthew Lillard, this guy.
Yes. So what's also fitting is that fitting for his image is that his company is called Nice Guy Productions.
Oh, yeah. I always pointed it out. I'm like, I think it's so funny it's called Nice Guy Productions because we associate nice guy with, the quote-unquote nice guy TM thing.
Yeah.
I think it's so funny. I don't know why.
It's so good. I thought it was always funny every time you put it out whenever we saw the intro for the show.
Yeah. I didn't do it every time, but I did do it quite a bit because I just thought it was funny.
Yeah.
I couldn't get over it. I don't know why.
So, Mike Flanagan, which a lot of you would know, who has directed movies such as Hush, Oculus, Gerald's Game, the sequel to The Shining, Dr. Sleep, and TV shows like The Haunting of Hill House, The Haunting of Bly Manor, Midnight Mass, and he even has an upcoming project for Edgar Allan Poe's The Fall of the House of the Usher.
Oh, I can't wait for that. This is gonna be awesome.
It is. I'm very excited for it.
Oh.
So, Mike has said, and I quote, Mick's kindness is a rare thing. It's absolutely genuine, utterly unforced, and has persisted unchanged for decades in an industry that can break people down into their worst selves in a matter of months.
God.
Unquote.
I'm really excited for The Fall of the House of Usher because, firstly, I just have a soft spot for Edgar Allan Poe stuff in general. I think he was
same.
a brilliant writer.
I have loved Edgar stuff since I was in middle school.
So good. And when I was in 7th grade, we read, it wasn't the Fall of the House of Usher. We read The Telltale Heart. Mm-hmm. And there was some sort of performance going on here where it was going to show that and a couple other things that we'd read about. But it turned out it was The Fall of the House of Usher, which was fine by me. I'd never read it, but it was so fun. I was so spooked. It was awesome. And then later on down the line, I think I was in not 9th grade. It was 10th grade. I read Mask of the Red Death for the first time in my English class because that's what we had to read. And I just thought it was so cool, the concept of this, of all these rich people avoiding a plague and just constantly partying through it, which oddly enough just sounds fucking familiar, doesn't it?
Oh yeah, definitely.
But just inevitably getting killed by the Red Death in the end.
Yeah.
No matter what. I don't know, it's just intriguing. Edgar Allan Poe was a genius.
Yeah, well, it's because no matter who you are, you're going to die. This illness doesn't
go away if you ignore it.
Yeah.
Guys, wear your fucking masks.
Please do. I'm tired.
I'm tired too. God, anytime we go to Walmart, we're the only people wearing masks.
I see a few other people wearing masks,
yeah,
but it's just...
there was one lady wearing a mask today.
There was one dude that came out, we were walking in, and then there was that one lady that we did see walking around with one.
Please wear your masks.
Please do. This pandemic is not over.
Please. But moving on, I'm so sorry. I just had to give some love to Edgar Allan Poe because he was a great writer.
No. You were completely fine.
Love him so much.
So Mick Garris doesn't just stop at writing, producing, or directing. He's also a podcast host, and he has a podcast of his own called Postmortem.
Oh my god, that fucking podcast has been recommended to me on fucking Spotify constantly.
Same. So it started around 2016, 17, and it's still going on today.
Wait, hold on.
I have it on here if you want to look at it.
Yeah. Do I follow that? I don't know if I do. That'd be a coincidence if I did. I was gonna grab my phone and look, but... Okay, no I don't, but I have seen that thumbnail. It's been recommended to me constantly. I didn't fucking realize. That's cool. Might have to check it out. So shout out to that. That's fucking cool.
Yeah, so it's still going on today, and if you want to check it out, you can check it out on Spotify. So Mick Garris is pretty solidified with like horror. His podcast and is notable for having like interviews and discussions with horror directors, writers, and actors. But there's another project he's done with them, and that's where we come in with Masters of Horror.
Oh, God.
So Masters of Horror was an anthology show that took place from 2005 to 2007. The series in total has 2 seasons and has 26 episodes.
I wish I had more.
I really do wish I had more too. So this show came to be. It was actually pretty funny how the show was created.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So during an informal dinner, Garris invited friends to have dinner with him. Mm-hmm. And Garris has stated that he's not really like into social networking.
Yeah.
He's not really into that. He just wants to work with his longtime friends and people who he looks up to. You know?
Yeah. Understandable.
And with all the notable directors, which I will get into in a little bit right now.
Okay.
There were people who noticed that there weren't really any female directors for this show. Mm-hmm. And Garris has said that it's not on purpose. He tried his hardest to get a few on board with the series, but at the time, sadly, none of them wanted to work in horror.
Aww.
Yeah. So, for anyone that, like, looks at these lists and complains that, like, there's no women, or there's hardly any women, and it's, like, majority men in this group, it's not his fault. It's at the time, a lot of the female directors just did not want to work on horror.
Yeah, I guess this is, like, early 2000s, right?
Yeah, it's, like, mid-2000s.
Yeah.
2005, 2007.
Yeah. I was getting ready to say.
But this dinner was actually in 2002. Mm-hmm. So, back to the creation of the series, Garris invited 10 original quote-unquote masters to dinner one night. Uh-huh. And those 10 were John Carpenter, Larry Cohen, Don Coscarelli?
Let me see.
I don't know how to say that. Oops.
Oh, that's definitely Italian.
Yeah.
Don Coscarelli.
Coscarelli?
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
Okay.
Coscarelli, I don't know.
I don't know. I'm sorry if we butcher your name.
It's okay. I'm sure it's okay. I'm sure a lot of people butcher his name.
Also, Joe Dante. We have Guillermo del Toro. We have Stuart Gordon, Toby Hooper, John Landis, and Bill Malone.
Damn, Guillermo del Toro is a fucking... There's something going on with him, dude.
So...
In the most loving way possible.
Yeah.
He makes some freaky shit, dude.
His work is always so interesting. I love his work so much.
Man, he worked on PT. I have such a soft spot for PT. Oh, no. What we could have had. So good. Funny enough, Norman Reedus was also in that.
So from what I've, like, found out through this research is the night was filled with laughter and camaraderie. They were all sharing admiration for each other's work.
That's
and
cute.
Del Toro was the one to coin the name when another table was celebrating a birthday, and they all their whole group went over to sing happy birthday to the birthday girl.
Yeah, that's cool.
And Del Toro clapped, saying the Masters of Horror wish you a happy birthday.
That's awesome. That's so fucking cool.
The name stuck.
Oh.
So after that initial dinner, Garris held other dinners with other directors in the horror genre, such as... This is going to be a list.
Okay.
So, the other directors that he had dinner with to discuss this series and, like, you know, pitch this series to them are Dario Argento, Eli Roth, Wes Craven, David Cronenberg, Tim Sullivan,
Wes Craven,
Rob Zombie, Bryan Singer, Ernest Dickerson, Kat Shea, Quentin Tarantino, Robert Rodriguez, James Gunn, Mary Lambert, Tom Holland, and many others.
Not Spider-Man Tom Holland.
It's not Spider-Man Tom Holland. That is actually Child's Play Tom Holland.
Yeah. So I'm going to be a little roasty. Notice how, and I'm sure he was already dead by this, but notice how Stanley Kubrick was not on that list, guys?
Is he dead?
I'm pretty sure he's dead.
I keep forgetting about that. I can't keep up.
My man's is forgettable. I mean, no, he's not. I'm kidding. No. He's unforgettable for all the wrong reasons.
Yeah. But there was like so many more on this list that I did not have time to really put them on here because otherwise we would be here for like more than 3 hours.
Okay, yeah, you know what? Valid.
So Garris's pitch for the show was promising, honestly. An anthology horror featuring horror's most notable directors who work on 1-hour movies where they had full creative power over what they could make. They had no limits, no nothing. And honestly, surprising, every network that they pitched it to wanted it.
Really?
Every network. They all said, when can we do it, for how much money, and when can we start it?
Oh my god, why doesn't this have more seasons? You'd think another network would have picked it up after.
Right. So after, like, almost every production company and every, like, TV network agreed to his terms, the only network to actually get it was Showtime.
Nice.
So the show premiered October 28th, 2005 and aired every Friday, and the show's final episode aired on February 2nd, 2007.
God.
And as I said, these episodes are initially movies.
Yeah.
So in the US, it was released as a show and DVDs, not as seasons, like not season DVDs.
Yeah.
But you can find it like that.
Yeah.
As seasons. But each movie got their own DVD, so you could buy them individually. And in other countries, they were actually put in theaters. They premiered in theaters.
Dude, we should totally like get one of these on DVD and go rent out the Grand Inn and go watch it. Get like a group of friends and go watch it because I think that would be awesome.
Oh, I had those.
You had them on DVD?
No, I think I bought one, like myself I bought one. But my uncle had, I think, like 2 or 3 of them.
Oh man, we need to get the whole shebang.
I would love to get the whole entire thing.
Except for that one episode.
We will get to that one episode.
I don't want to talk about that. Well, we're gonna.
We are gonna talk about that. We have to talk about that.
I liked it, but also I didn't. It's very love-hate.
Yeah, but it's okay.
We'll get to it. Because I watched this with you.
So
most of it.
Yeah.
Because there's a few episodes.
I mean, it was like you watched pretty much most of it with me. I think you only missed 2 or 3.
Yeah. I'm going to say something controversial. This show is what American Horror Story wishes it was.
No, you're right.
Like,
you are 100% right.
I'm sorry, guys. Like, this is the American Horror Story has nothing on this fucking show. And there's nothing wrong with liking American Horror Story. It's just, we don't, personally. And this is like what I want out of horror.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, to be fair, it's because like actual horror directors worked on this. I'm not saying like horror directors haven't worked with like American Horror Story.
Clearly, and there's horror actors. Kathy Bates is in it every season. Just a few other people don't remember the fucking names of. The girl from A Quiet Place is in it. I'm not good with names, guys.
You are completely okay.
But like this is what American Horror Story wishes it was. Nothing is gonna, like, in my opinion, nothing is gonna be like this.
God, I really believe that. So I wrote down like a couple questions because the thing is, again, this series has 26 episodes, and as much as I would love to go in depth with each of these episodes, I can't do that. Unless
there's a certain episode you guys want us to talk about, then maybe.
Yeah. So I have a couple questions.
I'm gonna forbid you from the banned one, guys. I'm sorry.
No, the thing is, we're gonna talk about the banned one today.
Yeah.
Just to get it out there.
Yeah.
You cannot ask us to rewatch that.
Please don't. I beg of you.
Okay.
It was rough.
Yeah, it was. So I wrote down some questions. Mm-hmm. And originally, my cousin Adam was supposed to be on this episode, but he didn't feel well, so he had to sit out, and it's completely okay.
Yeah. We love you, Adam. Feel better soon.
He asked if there was like questions that I had that he could answer, and I sent him those. So I'm going to read his response to these questions with the ones that he was able to answer, and then I will read my responses.
And then I'll give my responses too.
Yes.
If I can
If you can answer them.
Yeah. Excuse me.
So his answers. So this is one of the questions. What movie initially got you interested in the series? And his answer is, what initially got me into this series was the music. I had heard the theme before in passing on a trailer for one of the first films. From there, it was the artwork for the first couple films on DVD boxes, and I've always been excited for the artwork, and the first couple of boxes with their designs didn't disappoint. And my answer for that, my answer for that was, what movie initially got me into the series was Cigarette Burns.
Oh, that's what I missed.
And no, you watched that with me.
Did I?
Yes, you did.
Which one was it?
Cigarette Burns. So what got me into this was the first one I watched. And it really got me into it because... Oh no, that goes with my first one.
It's okay.
So Cigarette Burns was the first one I watched. But the one that really got me into the series was The Fair-Haired Child because of the creature and the premise of the movie. And the premise of the movie, I like a lot of simple things for movies sometimes. Like I like a lot of like home invasion movies, kidnapping movies. Yeah. And this was right up my alley. So the premise is this girl gets kidnapped and she is taken to like a faraway place and held hostage there, and she's being thrown into the basement where another boy is right there.
Oh, I remember that one.
Yeah,
that one was I forgot about that one. That was a good one.
So another boy is down there, and what we find out is we're gonna get into spoilers with this.
Spoiler warning.
So yeah,
watch Masters of Horror. It's really good.
It is. So with this, this movie basically has kidnapping, and it has rituals.
Yeah.
Which I really like because basically these parents brought back their son because he had initially drowned. So they bring him back with a ritual, and in that ritual he has to kill, I think, like 12. Right?
12. Yeah.
12 kids, pretty much, teenagers. And the last one is the main girl that we see in the movie. But in the end, I think they agree that she sacrifices herself.
Yeah.
She sacrifices herself to let him live, but without the parents' knowledge, he does the same ritual that they did with him, with her.
Yeah.
So she is able to come back, but she does not remember anything that has happened.
It's actually pretty sweet, honestly.
It's
a little love story.
It is. It is like a little love story. I really like it. If you like those type of movies where it's like a kidnapping situation and then it turns in on the villains of the story, you'll like this one. But especially if you like creature effects, because the creature in this movie was so good. I love the way it moved, the eyes glowing and everything, and the sound that it made, the clicking sounds. Amazing. I loved it.
I loved it too. When I make that sound, I'm like, yes, it was good. It was creepy. It was effective. I can't remember what the creature looks like. It's been a while since we've watched these.
Oh yeah.
Because I know exactly which episode you're talking about. Oh, God, my tooth whistled because I got a gap between my teeth. But
I do too.
But I don't remember what the creature looks like. Like, I know exactly what you're talking about. I know, like, the glowing eyes definitely stand out. I can't remember what else it looks like. Oh, yeah.
I showed her the art for the box.
Let me see it again.
I showed her the cover art.
Oh my god, do you know what it looks like? It looks like the ghost from fucking GTA 5.
Yeah.
Ew. So that's what that looks like.
Gross.
Okay. Except she doesn't have an upside down cross on her forehead.
No.
I wonder if they did that on purpose for GTA, because that's exactly what it looks like. I can't help but wonder. I'll look it up later.
I don't know.
Unless they just wanted to make something look freaky for that, but whatever. It looks just like that.
So the next question is, did you find any movie disturbing? And Adam's answer... Wait. Actually, I want to get back to that question, because I'm not ready to talk about mine. Okay, so next question. Avoiding that one. for now.
For now.
What's your favorite episode for each season? And he said, that's really hard because there are only 2 seasons, but if I had to choose one, for season 1, it would be Cigarette Burns because it was the most... Wow, I can't read that word. It's so small for me. Can you...
Oh, he's typing right now.
Oh, he is? He's probably still answering. It's all good.
Enigmatic. Like an enigma.
Why does my brain not want to process this right now?
Because you're tired, that's why.
Yeah.
It's okay, I am too.
So, to continue with this, he said that I first encountered it as a preteen. The old man with blue hues and orange rings always kept calling my attention, and once I saw the film, I was hooked by how odd and spooky the subject matter was. I've always been a huge fan of cursed items, and to have a threatening aura and tragic history to them, there's so much about the history, about the film within the film. And that's shrouded in mystery, guts, and unsaid stories that I couldn't help but feel the needing to learn more, like our protagonist Kirby. Which, for you guys that have not seen this, Kirby is Norman Reedus. Pre The Walking Dead.
That's the one. That's Cigarette Burns.
Yes.
See, my thing is that I didn't remember it because the Cigarette Burns is not the most standout thing in this. It's the fact that he's looking for this film. That's why I didn't remember.
Yeah.
Damn, I even mentioned Norman Reedus earlier. I'm a doofus.
Oh no, you are completely fine.
But yeah, that was a really good one. I did like that one a lot.
But yeah, this stars Norman Reedus, and this was pre The Walking Dead, so it was around 2006, 2007.
Very young.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, this is 3 or 4 years before the first season.
I think it was 4 years before.
Yeah, because if this came out in 2006, then yeah.
Yeah, it was 4 years before The Walking Dead. So it was kind of funny because when I watched this, I was like, oh, he's a cool character. And then later on, when I saw The Walking Dead, I was like, oh, it's that dude from Cigarette Burns.
Yeah, and when I watched this with you, it was like, oh shit, Norman Reedus.
Yeah, we had the fucking opposite reaction.
Because I watched The Walking Dead, and then that.
Same shock reaction, but to different shows.
It's a delight to see Norman Reedus because he's a fantastic actor.
He's phenomenal in this movie.
Yes. By the way, again, we're calling these movies because they're basically movies.
No, they are basically movies. They're hour-long movies.
Technically, they're episodes, but they are movies. They're short films, basically.
Yes, pretty much.
Yeah.
They got their own DVD releases, and some even got, theater releases.
Yeah.
They're movies.
Oh, yeah. Oh, God. I love Norman Reedus. That was a really good episode. Very intriguing.
So, to continue Adam's answer, so for season 2... I would have to say Valerie on the Stairs took the cake for me. Clive Barker's writing has always had a fanatical, dark, and twisted, yet beautiful nature to it. The idea of a haunting taking place because it was written and preordained by desperate authors who take it to take it like a horrid addiction is wild. You see each of these lost souls for who they really are as the story progresses, and the twists and turns it showcases are really awesome. So, do you think you can answer this question?
Oh, the question that you guys just answered?
Yes.
Which one's my favorite episode from each season?
Mm-hmm.
Well, ooh, that's a good one. It's also kind of hard to organize the movies because we watch them back to back, and so stuff kind of blurs together.
Yeah.
I do have to say, I really did like Cigarette Burns. That's also mostly because I'm really biased towards Norman Reedus. I think he's a great actor. I love him dearly. I think I would have to probably go with Cigarette Burns. The second season. Huh. Which one was the one that Adam said that we would both like?
Oh, Family?
Family, yeah. That was a good one. I really liked that one.
Family really is a good one. So for mine, for season 1, I couldn't really choose. So for season 1, it's between Dance of the Dead and Pick Me Up. And Dance of the Dead, if I believe, was written by... No, was directed. Yeah, by Tobe Hooper. So, again, I will go into Dance of the Dead in a little bit.
I also really liked, and again, because I love Edgar Allan Poe, I really, really enjoyed The Black Cat. I loved the way it was filmed. I loved that it seemingly was mostly in black and white or just like a really, really dull color until there was blood or it was the cat's eyes where it was just so vivid and really stood out. I love shit like that. Like I can't remember what the movie, production studio is, but there's a production studio where it's foliage and it's in black and white, and then a tiger in color comes into screen and turns into the logo. I can't remember which studio it is, but that kind of imagery is always really just like, I love having a focal point like that in an image or a film. I really like it. And also, again, I just love Edgar Allan Poe, and this was really good. Also kind of sad. Also, warning, because there is animal abuse.
Yeah, there is animal abuse.
But I will spoil, it's in his head.
Yeah.
There's no actual animal abuse. He's just off his rocker. Poor Eddie. It's okay, but like,
it's alright.
Big oof. I had to look away a couple times. I was like, I can't look at this. Although it was really good. We did skip pelts because we didn't want to. No.
We will get into this. Okay.
Oh, no. We have to. Shit.
Yeah.
It's okay. I'll deal.
And so for season 2, again, I could not pick because there's multiple good ones for this show.
Oh my god, it's so good.
So for season 2, it's between Family, We All Scream for Ice Cream, and Pro-Life.
I forgot We All Scream for Ice Cream. I didn't care for Pro-Life that much. But
I liked Pro-Life. Was it just because of the demon? Yes. Because I thought it was really fucking cool. Also, we should mention, that I forgot to mention, that the special effects artist for this is Greg Nicotero.
Who is mostly, well, from me, known for The Walking Dead, which tracks for the effects in this and some of these episodes for sure.
Oh, Greg Nicotero has such a long ass discography, man.
He has the type of style where you could definitely tell it's Greg Nicotero.
Oh, yeah.
And that's not a bad thing. That's a really, really good thing. I love that you can tell it's his style.
It's so good. Let me see if he answered this one. I think he's still...
Oh, he is currently...
Yeah, he's still currently answering these questions as we go along.
That's okay. I'm sad that he doesn't feel well.
I know, same here.
It's okay, though. Shit happens.
It's okay. So, we can actually go into the other ones. Oh, so he answered one.
Mm-hmm.
And the next question is, how has your thoughts changed over the years from watching these as a kid to now being an adult? And this is his answer. And his answer is, this is a bit of a double-edged sword. Nowadays, I can see how much of the material hasn't aged well. Some of the terrible humor and acting is beyond saving, but it does showcase a photograph of its time and writer. These films still hold a place in my heart because at the time, I loved the idea of an anthology of horrific tales to this day.
Yeah, I can also see that. Some of the acting and some of this is like, but like still really fun to watch. Except for like not except for, but like movies like Cigarette Burns, where the acting is still really fucking good throughout, simply because it's Norman Reedus and he's just been an actor for fucking ever now. But it's still really good. Also, Valerie on the Stairs was really good too.
Valerie on the Stairs was very, very good.
And I'm also really happy that Tony Todd is in that one.
Same.
Oh, he's awesome.
So again, the question is, how has your thoughts changed over the years from watching these as a kid to now being an adult? And this is my answer. So my thoughts when I was a kid initially was like, this is really scary, but it looks really cool. That's how my little brain worked back then.
Yeah.
Where it's just like, oh, it's cool. I didn't have any knowledge about acting, the directors, writers, or whatever, the story and shit. Visually, it was cool. Pleasing. It was very cool to watch back then.
This is something that would have traumatized me as a child, and it would have taken me years. Like, it would have been around this certain time where I would have picked it up and watched it and actually turned out loving it, because that's usually how it goes for me, where if I see something like this that traumatizes me as a kid and I refuse to watch it for years and years and years, and then I actually end up watching it once I've grown up, it ends up being one of my favorite things. Like,
yeah,
it's really good.
And then continuing on with my answer is that, and that's honestly like all I thought about until like as I got older, I started to figure out like who these directors really were and what exactly they have like worked on. So my thoughts initially changed, like obviously during our recent watch that we had. Yes, the acting isn't really that great. In some of it is like super fucking good, like honestly great.
Side note though, guys, if you like boobies, you're gonna see boobies a lot in this
oh
show.
Yeah, you are. It's Showtime, of course you are.
You're gonna see boobies, bro. So many boobies. So many pretty girls in this show. Fuck, dude.
God, you're right. But yeah, again, during like my recent watch, but I watched this show, I think for like a good 2 weeks.
Something like that.
Nonstop.
Week and a half, 2 weeks.
Yeah. And now I can like appreciate the directions that the story takes for some of them. Some of them are sad as hell. Like, I don't like them.
Yeah.
And honestly, like, I got more excited the more I saw of the like special effects, because I love seeing special effects, and it checks out because it's Greg Nicotero doing all this.
Bless him. He's so cool. I would love to like work on something with him, like create something with some fucking makeup or something. I think it'd be so fun.
Oh, definitely.
Can I be an extra in one of your things, in somebody's things, so Greg Nicotero can do my makeup and make me look real spooky? That shit would be so fun.
So the next question is, when did you first see Masters of Horror? And this is Adam's answer. I saw Masters of Horror like ages ago as a preteen, and I had to have been in middle school or so, like, for sure. I never had cable. Like, he never had the cable program where they aired it, but I did get my chance to purchase them as they would come out on DVD at Walmart.
Yeah.
And Adam is 2 years older than me. So for my answer, when did you first see Masters of Horror? My first time I saw Masters of Horror, I think I was like 10 or 11. 10 or 11.
This show is not for 10 or 11-year-olds.
It is
guys.
not.
Do not show this to your children. Wait until they go to bed.
Yeah. So, again, the first time I saw this was like 10 or 11, but it wasn't the show itself, because, again, we did not have cable or the channel to watch it on.
Yeah.
It was one of the DVDs, and the one DVD I saw was Cigarette Burns.
There you go.
And I remember looking through my uncle's DVD collection, and I saw John Carpenter's name. At the time, I had only known him for like the Halloween franchise, so it immediately got my attention because, like, I love the Halloween franchise. It was my first ever horror movie that I watched because of my mom. And I remember looking at the cover, and it's of the Wingless Angel, and holy shit. I remember I watched it, and I could kind of process it, but my little brain just thought it looked cool.
Yeah.
And I liked to get scared when I was little, and I still like to get scared now, but...
Dude, being scared is fun.
It is. But, like, that shit changes.
You know what the Wingless Angel reminded me of? You ever see that video of these two dudes, and they say it's true, but it's hard saying. I don't think it is. But they're either Spanish or Mexican. I can't remember. They're speaking Spanish. I think it's they're Mexican. But they're walking around the woods at night, and it's in this, like, the camera is filming in night vision mode, and it's like they spot this creature, like, crouched over, not crouched over, but like kind of leaned over or something. Close, I guess it is crouched over. And then it turns, like, it's got what appears to be like missing wings on the back, and it's completely bald. And it looks up at the camera super quickly, and they say something in Spanish. I can't remember what it is. I think they say, like, fucking hell or something like that. And the eyes are glowing. I'd have to show you this. I guarantee you've seen it because it's a famous, like, clip. But it reminded me of that when I saw the Wingless Angel. I was like, holy shit, it's just like that creature those two dudes saw in the fucking woods one time. Again, it's probably fake, but it's still really eerie.
I don't doubt that.
It's like, ugh. Because they fucking book it. They book it, that shit. Yeah. And if they're acting, it's really good acting. Again, it's probably fake. But it's still creepy.
Oh. Shit can still be creepy even if it's fake. Clearly.
Why were we doing this podcast?
Exactly. So the next question is, did it give you nightmares? And this is Adam's answer. And he said, I actually never had nightmares about the films, but some scenes were forever burned into my head as a preteen that haunt me to this day. So Jennifer's face from the movie cover stays with me. The corpse of the child she eats and the face of Poe's wife being split in half in The Black Cat haunts me as well.
Oh, God,
as a screaming cat behind the wall.
God, yeah.
And the ghost from the Dream Cruise always freaks me out. And the water and ghosts are not my thing. It's terrifying.
What was that first one he said? It was a child being eaten?
Yes. So Jennifer was the one that you didn't see with me.
Oh, fuck. God damn it.
Yeah. Jennifer was the one that you didn't see with me. And again, we can go over these episodes. I will go over these episodes. Regardless.
It's always some bitch named Jennifer.
Right? Apparently.
I can't help but wonder if they got a little bit of inspiration.
I don't know.
Probably not. If you don't know what I'm talking about, Jennifer's Body. That's what I'm talking about. You somehow didn't pick up on that. I
love Jennifer's Body.
I've actually never seen it full through.
We are going to for this podcast.
The only part I've seen is when Needy and Jennifer are making out. And I was like 10 years old when I saw that for the first time. I was like, oh shit, okay. I think that was part of my gay awakening. I was like, why am I feeling this way? Mm-hmm. I'm like, hello?
That was definitely also part of my gay awakening. So this is my answers for did it give you nightmares? So yes, it did. I was a child. So obviously it did. And I had nightmares about the Wingless Angel from Cigarette Burns.
I kind of felt sorry for the guy.
And I had a nightmare about the Deer Woman from the episode Deer Woman.
The what?
Yes, it was. I watched it while you were in the kitchen, that's why.
No! God damn it!
You were busy making yourself food. It was just like when you just came out and you're like, I'm hungry. So you want to go watch, you want to go make food, and I still kept watching TV.
Ah, you whore.
You didn't know I was watching it, though.
Fuck's sake. I knew you were preparing for this, but shit.
Yeah.
I want to see it now. God damn it. I want to see the creature.
It's weird, but okay.
I want to see the creature.
And I also had a nightmare about the creature from the fair-haired child.
Understandable. That thing is going to give me nightmares tonight, probably. It looks just... ugh. It's so creepy.
It is, but it's so fucking good, though.
It's very good. It was also low-key sad.
Yeah.
I feel sorry for the boy.
I do, too, but...
My man's just wanted to rest.
Yeah, but he got a happy ending, at least.
He did. He got a pretty girl. They gonna be happy together in the afterlife.
Like, I'm really glad he got a happy ending, honestly.
Yeah. Like, damn. This shit's sad. Also, like, touching back on the bad acting, I do want to preface that it's bad acting, but, like, in a corny, cheesy way, so it's still charming.
Yeah. So it's not bad acting as if you can't stand what you're watching. It's bad acting in a corny way.
Yeah, you don't turn into like a fucking turtle, you cringe away, you're like, no, yeah, it's like it's a corny, cheesy, bad acting kind of thing.
Yeah.
So, like, the only thing I compare it to is, like, if it's college student, like, acting for a film project, but, like, decent.
Yeah, pretty much.
For a film student. That's the only way you could describe it. You guys would know, you'll know what we're talking about if you watch this, because, I mean, some of it is, woo. But again, not in a bad way.
Yeah. So, cheesy. Here's another question. Adam did not answer this, but the question is, out of all the notable directors in the series, was there an episode that stood out for you because of that notable director? And for me, it was Toby Hooper's Dance of the Dead, because it gave me Repo the Genetic Opera vibes, because it's in a futuristic post-apocalyptic world, and it's about drug dealers, and it stars Robert Englund.
Oh, I didn't watch that one.
Yeah, it was when I first started watching it. It's the second episode. It was when I first started watching it, and before you started asking what I was watching.
I'm mad.
That was the second one, and it reminds me a lot of Repo the Genetic Opera.
I love Robert Englund. God fucking damn it.
I love Repo the Genetic Opera. But basically, this thing takes place in a futuristic, post-apocalyptic world. Robert Englund owns and runs this club where the dancers, like the main dancers for a certain night, are reanimated corpses, and they make them dance by electrocuting them.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. My brain had to process that for a second. I'm like, I literally had to sit here and visualize that in my head, and it's really weird looking.
It is. If you see it, it is weird looking. But it's one of my favorites, because honestly, you can tell it came from Toby Hooper if you have seen his work with, like, Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
I was getting ready to ask what he's done, because I know the name, but I didn't remember what all he's directed.
Yeah.
I also thought it was so funny how, like... because I didn't realize that Greg Nicotero himself was, like, actually on here for every single episode until you told me. Before you told me, every time I saw his name in the credits, I was like, oh, Greg Nicotero did this one! I'm so fucking dumb.
He was a series special effects artist.
I just think he's a cool dude. Like,
same.
He seems like somebody I could hang out with and, like, just chill and talk about his work and his favorite, like, works that he's done. I would like to know.
Yeah. The next question is, what's your least favorite of each season? Mine is season 1, episode 13, Imprint. We will not go into that right now.
We'll go into it in a little bit.
Yes, in a little bit.
Unfortunately.
It's Imprint. And season 2 is the Screwfly Solution. And that one is about this, like, weird fucking plague that goes around with men, and they start killing every single woman in sight. And honestly,
neither of us cared for that one.
No, I did not like it. It was
it's realistic.
Like, not that it's just realistic, but it's just like everyday life for a woman in the U.S.
Yes,
or anywhere, honestly, in the world that have to, like, defend themselves. It's so stupid.
Who's the director for this one? I have a bone to pick.
I don't like that one.
You're like,
and even then, like, towards the end, the ending wasn't even satisfying, and I don't think it's supposed to be.
No.
I know it's not supposed to be satisfying, but it's just, not everything has to be satisfying.
No, but, like,
for you to like.
With something like this, I would have wanted it to be satisfying.
Oh, so the director is Joe Dante.
Joe, what the fuck? Dude, like, the only thing he did was amplify it.
Yeah.
Again, it's exaggerated because, you know, it's gotta be horror, but this is not too much of an exaggeration. It's just if every man was horny.
Yeah, because it only worked if they got horny.
Yeah, it only worked if they got horny. Which also, they were trying to activate that with some of the men, and you were in the kitchen when this happened, but they were showing, like, different types of porn. One of the porns was in, I think, cigarette burns, because it was the same pornography that was playing on the TV.
I wasn't in the kitchen. I was in here. I was just looking at my phone because I was looking at some information about the show.
Oh, I thought you were in the other room. I'm so sorry. No. And then they had one certain scene from Imprint, which we will talk about.
Yes.
And then I think a third one was in, I can't remember where the third porn was in. It's weird that I remembered which where these were.
It's because a lot of these are, like, memorable and not in a good way.
Well, to be fair, 2 out of the 3 of the pornographies that they showed were, like, tame. Were fine.
Yeah. But it's like you can tell which one it was.
I don't think
tell which one it was because of the episode.
Yeah, I don't think the third one was actually in an episode that I remember. But it's okay. Whatever. It's pornography. You know, like
it was just there, and they were trying to use it.
Yeah. Which I think is very interesting because, and it's dumb because it's porn, but like, I think it's interesting because, firstly, one of them is straight, just like clip footage from Imprint. And then, again, another porn is from Cigarette Burns, I'm pretty sure. Unless I'm getting episodes mixed up. I don't remember if there's actually a part where he's flipping through channels and there's pornography on the television. But it just shows that this is an anthology. Because, like, although I do want to know how they got the fucking footage from Imprint, if that was the case. But whatever. It's very weird. It's very Inception.
It is.
I'm sorry that I went on a 2-minute thing about fucking porn, but, like, it's just...
Well, it's essential to the episode, and it's really stupid.
It's very stupid. Listen, I watch...
But, like, I get
we
it.
both watch porn like everybody else.
I get it,
But,
though.
like... this fucking episode is frustrating.
It's literally like, men can be horny, but women cannot.
We are not allowed to be horny. Yeah, just slut shame us.
Yeah, pretty much. We don't get slut shamed. We get killed in this episode, apparently.
Great. But no, let the men be horny. It's fine. Men can be sluts too, you know.
Yeah.
Hey, you.
They're allowed to.
Hey, you. The man listening to this right now.
Okay,
You're a slut.
The majority of the men that listen to our podcast.
You're fine.
You're fine. Go be sluts. Go do what you want.
We
You're
don't
okay. No, we don't. We don't.
If we find out you catcall somebody, we're gonna come steal your ween. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
We don't make the rules. We just make the rules.
It's our podcast. We can do what we want.
This is not a threat. This is a promise. I'm glad we could make light of it, though, because this was a shitty episode.
It was. I did not like this episode.
I didn't like it either. I'm like, why? This is just... This is normal daily fare. Knock on wood. Me too, Jaeger. He just let out a huff of air like, oh, I'm so sick of this. But knock on wood, I've never been catcalled before.
I have multiple times and I hate it.
I think it's because I don't walk anywhere.
Well, like, I had to go everywhere.
I know you did. I'm not blaming you. I'm not blaming you at all. I don't walk anywhere.
I was like, God damn, I just want to wear an outfit I liked.
And if I do walk somewhere, it's always with Alex, and he's fucking 6'7". He's between 6'7" or 6'9".
Damn.
Nice. But I'm always walking with this super tall, imposing dude.
Yeah.
Because he's my ride everywhere, usually. So I don't think anybody's gonna pick on me with a 6'7" dude next to me.
I don't know, probably not.
And Alex, I have full confidence that if somebody catcalled me, you would probably punch him square in the jaw.
Fuck,
and
yeah.
Thank you for that. I love you. You are one of my dearest friends. But shit, dude, this episode sucked.
Yeah. It wasn't great.
It was not. Moving on.
Mind you, that was season 2. We have not covered season 1 yet, and we will soon. And I know we keep saying that we'll cover it soon because we will be. I'm just trying to prolong it at this point.
Yeah.
So, the next question I have is, do you have any favorite villains? Adam did not answer this question, but this is mine. And I do. I have the couple from Family because they get revenge for their missing daughter.
Yeah.
This, I
that was great.
Wholeheartedly, like, support what they did.
Yes.
I support what they fucking did.
We neither of us saw it coming.
No.
It was great.
I loved it.
It was awesome.
So.
And I don't even know if they would count as villains, though. Anti-hero.
Anti-hero. Yes.
Because they are killing somebody, but it's out of justice.
They're killing the main villain in this
Because
movie.
he murdered their little girl.
Yes. Without him knowing who they actually were.
Mm-hmm.
And it's so sad. Because, like, I kind of felt bad for him in the beginning when he was just imagining his whole entire family. So, basically, his whole entire family is skeletons, and in his mind, they are all alive.
Yeah.
They are his family.
Yeah.
And...
like, it literally starts off with him creating his mother.
Yeah.
Which is just, like, a random old lady
It's just a random old lady that he fucking kidnaps.
Yeah.
And we see everything from that process. Because
He's cleaning them and
Yeah.
turning, like, dissolving the skin and the muscle, whatever, the tissue, and just skeletons.
The effects on this is so good.
Oh my god, it was so good.
So good.
It was so tasty.
But yeah, he's basically delusional. He's imagining his whole entire family, and the little girl that he imagines is his neighbor's missing kid.
His
that
new neighbors.
Yes. That we find out. And later on in the end of the episode, we find out that they found out who he was, found out where he lived, so they moved next door to him.
Yeah.
And this whole entire time where the dude thinks he has the upper hand on them.
No.
That's not the case, because they have the upper hand on him. They just needed to check to make sure if he still had her. And he did.
Yep.
God. And in the end, he got what he deserved.
Yeah.
It was great.
Dude, this shit was awesome to watch.
Oh, hell yeah.
Because again, you do feel kind of sorry for the guy, but like
initially you kind of feel sorry for him, because it's like, oh, he's imagining all this shit. That's sad.
Yeah, then he starts getting weird about the wife, and you're like, don't like that.
Yeah, because he starts getting like really attracted to her.
Which, to be fair, she's really pretty.
She is really pretty.
But he gets a little bit weird about it. Not SA weird, just a little weird.
Yeah.
But we do recommend this one. It's really good.
Oh, it's so good.
Family.
So good.
So good.
Family is, honestly, if I had to say a must watch for this series, Family is one of them.
Yeah, and Cigarette Burns.
Yes. But honestly, you can watch this whole entire series, because everything is a must watch. Except for one.
Except for one. We'll get to it. Two in our opinion, but
yeah, two.
Yeah. But also, like, another thing is that even though it's an anthology, you can watch every one of these without having to watch a previous episode.
Well, that's why it's called an anthology, because they're all different horror stories. Anthologies don't have to revolve around one thing. No. Anthologies are just different stories being told with a similar premise. Yeah. Which, in this case, it's horror. Yeah. And then my other villains that I chose were the two serial killers in Pick Me Up, because if you have seen the movie like Joyride, you will like this movie. Also, it has the actress who played Nancy in The Craft. So ooh. I was like, oh my gosh, she's in this movie. I fucking had the hugest crush on her still. Oh yeah, have the hugest crush on her.
She's so pretty.
She is so
It took me a minute to remember which episode you were talking about, but I'm like, oh yeah, because everybody knows her at this point. Like, if you've never even seen the movie, you'll still know
you know her by face.
By face, because The Craft, like gifs and pictures of it, specifically her, are all over the internet.
Oh yeah.
So,
if you haven't seen The Craft, she's the main crazy one in The Craft.
She's so hot.
Yeah, she is. I love her. So fucking
I'm no better than a man.
That's a big ass mood. But yeah, those two are my favorite, because in this one, there is a killer who kills people who are hitchhiking. Yes. And then there's a hitchhiker who kills people that get in his way. Yes. So they both cross paths and they fight over that actress.
Who's gonna kill her? Like,
so they fight over that actress. Let me fucking. It's so good, you guys, because it's like if siblings are fighting over a candy.
It's fucking
or a toy.
Funny. It's low-key funny.
It is.
Like, bruh.
It's really fucking funny, and
then it does have a little twist at the end, which is really fun.
Oh, yes!
We won't reveal it, though.
No.
Definitely watch it.
You need to definitely watch this.
Also, she's just, like, having a hard time this entire
Feruza. Yeah, Feruza. She is fucking phenomenal in this. She's really smart, too.
Oh, yeah.
For the most part, she is super smart.
She's not, like, some ditzy girl.
Oh, no. She can hold her own.
Oh, yeah.
She can hold her own. Except for that last part. Sad. Sad.
It's okay.
But it's so good. The villains are really funny.
They're really funny. Like, this is a comedy.
Yeah.
Easily. This is a comedy.
It's a horror comedy, and it's so good.
It's so fucking great. I love it.
The next one I have is the clown from We All Scream for Ice Cream.
I felt sorry for that guy.
I did too. And
the little shits had what was coming. That's why I don't like children. You crotch goblins, God.
And I think the reason why I really like that one too, not just because of like the movie itself, but the director Tom Holland, again, not Spider-Man. He
God,
directed.
He had to be so small here.
Yeah.
He's a genius. Like the actual Spider-Man, he's a genius.
Oh my god.
No, moving on. Sorry.
No, Tom Holland directed Child's Play, and if you watch We All Scream for Ice Cream, you can tell who this director is, because it is goofy as shit.
In a really good way.
Yeah, in a really good way. Because this dude that died, who used to sell ice cream, he is a clown. Comes so back from the dead. It's so sad, man.
He's so sweet. He was so cool. I liked the tricks he did.
He was so cool. No pun intended.
God damn it. He was sweet. Also no pun intended.
Exactly. Again, you will get it if you have seen it or watched it. It's just so good. I love Tom Holland's stuff with that.
He deserved better.
He did. So pretty much this clown comes back from the dead. And he goes around the neighborhood, and all these kids are like enticed to get the really good ice cream from this ice cream truck.
The best ice cream in the world.
And all these kids have like a quarter that they exchange for these ice creams. And these kids, after they get the ice cream and they unwrap it, it's like a voodoo doll. Yeah.
It was a very interesting take on a voodoo doll. I really liked it. I liked it.
So every kid has like a vendetta against some adults.
Yes.
And usually this is just for one adult that they are after.
Yeah.
And after they initially just like bite the head off, the adult that they are going after melts into ice cream.
I think it's such a cool fucking effect, I'm not gonna lie.
It is.
So neat.
All you're left with is just bones and goop.
Bones and melty, goopy ice cream.
Yeah.
Which is gross, but really cool.
Yeah.
Very creative.
Definitely very creative. I fucking love it.
I like the creativity in some of these.
There's a lot of creativity in these episodes.
I think that's why we didn't like that one episode, is because it's not creative. It's just more amplified of what we already go through.
Yeah. The only thing that I kind of liked in this episode in particular was the alien that comes out in the end. Because I thought it was cool. I thought it was pretty. That's the only thing I fucking liked.
Yeah, the angel that they all talk about. Yeah. I was like, what? I wanted more of that. I didn't want the creepy dudes. Like, we already deal with this. Give me more of the alien. Hello?
I hate it here.
I hate it here.
But that was my only favorite part, and that was at the end.
Yeah, that's because it's killing men. Like, it's killing the dudes. Being fucking creepy.
Exactly.
Like,
and they were playing with the dogs, too, at the end.
Hubby.
I love that.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, I was playing with the dog.
Oh, I didn't even notice that. Oh.
Yeah.
I trust this being with my life.
Same. Another being that I trust with my life is the demon from Valerie Under the Stairs.
Yes.
Tony Todd.
I'm just attracted to him. What am I, like... God damn, dude. The Beast is what he's called.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I trust the demon with my life.
Oh my god, please. Those arms. Shit.
Because I'm like, yeah, you look like you can protect me.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I love how we both have different different feelings towards it.
Woo! I am attracted. Like,
you're attracted to him, and I just think he's cool.
Oh, I think he's really cool. I'm also just really attracted. I'm attracted to Tony Todd. Period. Have you seen the man? Shit.
Yes, I have.
You're lesbian though, so I mean.
Yes, but that doesn't mean I don't have valid opinions if a man looks good or not.
Shit, you right.
And he does look good. I admit that. Tony Todd, you are an amazing human being, and I love you.
Dude, you're so handsome.
Hell yeah, you are.
Fuck, man, that
But it was such a good story.
It was
Such a good story. And
also, it has the actor who played Doc from Back to the Future.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember his fucking name. I was like, he looks familiar, and you were like, oh, it's the guy from Back to the Future. I'm like, oh shit. I'm a fucking doofus.
He also played Fester on The Addams Family. It's Christopher Lloyd.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Bless him.
Yeah. Love him.
He seems like a fun dude to hang out with.
Right? He fucking does.
He seems delightfully unhinged.
Tony Todd also seems like a very fun person to hang out with.
He's probably so chill to hang out with.
Oh, hell yeah.
Because
personally,
yeah.
I wish I knew, but I don't. But he does seem like the type that would be pretty chill to hang out with.
Yeah. The complete polar opposite of the characters he plays as.
Oh, yeah.
Well, Candyman's pretty chill for the most part, aside from the killing, but... And the bees.
Yeah.
But the beast? Oh no. He's not chill, but oh, shit. Whoop! Also, there is monster fucking in this episode.
Yeah.
I'm not complaining about that.
No, me neither.
I feel validated.
Me too.
Valerie on the Stairs is really good. That's another one we definitely recommend.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. It's such a good one. Again, all of these are fucking good. And if you have Amazon Prime, you can watch them for free with commercials. But it's free.
So good.
You can watch it.
Dude, some of the fucking commercial cutoffs for this show are fucking funny. Like there was something super serious going on, and then it fucking would cut to a Reese's peanut butter cup commercial.
No, but the thing is, it's like something really serious came on, and then the Reese's commercial was like chill out,
Reese's, because it's the Reese's commercial that's telling you to put your Reese's in a fucking fridge. I don't remember which episode it was on. Oh my God.
It was on multiple episodes, but it was so funny. The comedic timing for a lot of these, especially for like the Advil commercials. Oh my God.
We're not sponsored by Reese's or Advil, by the way.
Oh,
this is just how it happened. Reese's, though, you want to sponsor us? Hello?
Oh my God. Oh my God. No. Okay, shit, so like I have to. We're talking about the commercials. We were watching the one called Pro-Life.
Yeah.
Oh my God. So we were watching the episode Pro-Life. And then fucking commercial cut. And it's about talking to your parents about like sex before you get pregnant. And I thought it was hilarious. I was so happy I wasn't drinking anything at the time because it was so fucking funny. And then me and Lexi looked at each other and we were like, that's no use for us. Because she doesn't want kids and I'm gay. It's just really funny. But the thing is, that only happened once and I was really disappointed.
Oh my fucking God. Dude, it was too perfect for that fucking episode in particular.
I was so disappointed because I was like, I was so ready to record it happening if it happened again in another commercial, but it didn't.
Oh,
it was so good.
We should go back and rewatch it just to see if
oh my
do
God,
it again.
If it does it again.
Oh my God, that shit was so fucking funny. Oh, holy fucking shit, dude. I can't. The commercials were so perfect sometimes. Oh my God.
It was so fucking good. Oh my God.
It was like, because we'd be freaked out, but it was like, that would happen and it'd be such a good stress reliever. Like, tension breaking. It was great.
No, because like, oh my God. The show itself, we were just like, okay.
Oh boy.
Pro-life is exactly what you think it is.
Yes. Oh my God.
It's exactly what you think it is. But
really
demon
fun
babies. Demon babies.
Demon babies. Teenage pregnancy.
Yeah.
Yikes. She fucked the devil though. Congratulations.
Lucky. But this movie is exactly what you think it is, and a lot of this show, a lot of these movies, we were always like looking at each other and we would just be like, this still is relatable.
Yeah.
This is still fucking relatable. Pro-life is still relatable.
It's still relevant. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Especially this year. Fucking hell.
It's so fucking relevant.
Also, John Carpenter.
Yes. John Carpenter. Great. Love it. You can tell that he did this movie because of the music.
Yeah.
But
fucking hell.
oh my fucking god.
If you have like a fear of pregnancy, do not watch this.
Don't watch this.
It's a good episode. Also, the dad is annoying, but like, he's meant to be.
He's meant to be.
Like, dude, shut the fuck up. Like,
he's a pro-lifer. He's meant to be annoying. For the record, we are not pro-life.
No, we're not.
No.
We're pro-choice.
Yes. You have the right.
Do not come for us, or I will steal your knees.
Fuck no, don't come for us. Our opinions are our opinions, and if you don't agree with it, don't agree with it. It's fine.
Just keep it in your mouth. Shut up.
I personally don't care.
Don't care.
But it is a woman's choice whether she wants to keep the baby or not, especially if it's life-threatening.
Yes.
But regardless, either way, if it's not life-threatening or anything, if she wants to keep the baby, she can keep the baby. If she does not want to, she does not have to.
No. Anyway.
Yeah. Don't need an excuse for anything. Or
no.
Not an excuse, a reason. You don't need a reason for that.
No.
It's up to you. So the next question. Gonna jump off that.
Yeah. Let's jump off that before we bury ourselves into a grave. I'll die on this grave.
I will die on this
I will die on this
grave.
hill.
I will die on this hill. You cannot fucking stop me, man. So the next question is, it's been 17 years currently.
Yes.
2022. It's been 17 years since the series premiere. Has this series inspired you in any way as a horror fan? Adam did not answer this. I did, though. So I put, definitely, as a horror writer, watching this series throughout my life has influenced a lot of the subject that I write about. And what exactly I look for in movies. Because a lot of the time, I try to look for a lot of, like, descriptive things in movies. A lot of story-oriented stuff. And a lot of plot-heavy movies. Because I'm a writer. And a lot of the stuff I write, like, on my off time, are like horror short stories.
Yeah.
And
I edit them for her.
yes, she does. But like personal stuff that I write, like just for myself to keep ideas in, it's very gory, very horror centric, and I look to these shows. I look to this show in particular because of the notable directors and because of the notable creator in this series. It's influenced a lot of my work, and not just as a writer, but like as a voice actor, because I have like an ASMR channel, and a lot of the stuff that I write and act out on that channel is horror centric. Like it my channel might be sweet, but it has horror undertones, and it has like angst and stuff like that, mostly because of another horror work, Stranger Things.
Yes. Which we'll get to when we get to.
Yeah, we plan to cover most of the seasons or all the seasons for Stranger Things next year.
Hopefully.
And
then we'll cover season 5 when season 5 comes out.
Yeah. But that's how, like, it influenced me. And I have one more question. And that question is, did you find any movie disturbing? And this is Adam's.
We already know what he's going to answer.
Where is it? I'm trying to, like, find it.
Because we got the exact same answer.
Actually, no, we don't.
Oh, we don't?
No.
Really?
Yep.
Did he not see the one that we're going to talk about? Imprint?
No, he saw all of them.
Oh. Okay. Never mind.
Yeah, so he said that he found, yeah, we read this one already. So he said that he found the black cat disturbing.
That's valid.
Yeah.
It is disturbing.
Yeah, he said he found the Black Cat axe scene and the screaming kid.
Cat.
Oh, no. He said that the axe scene and the scream scared him as a kid.
Oh, I see.
And that the unsettling way that the wife shuffled around in her with a gaping face was horrifying.
Yeah, that was fucked up.
Yes.
I was like, ugh,
That's what he found disturbing.
It is one of my favorite episodes. I did have to look away for
Yeah.
quite a few parts. I was like, ugh, jeez, this is hard to look at.
And then the other thing he wrote was the unsettling way the... No. The second thing he wrote was the corpse of the child being eaten in Jennifer also spooked the hell out of me because of how intense the colors were, along with the lifeless face of the prop, like blue hues with red guts and such.
I want to see it.
Yeah, so she's like super gray. This child is super gray.
Damn.
Gray, blue, pale everywhere, and then all you see is just her stomach being... It's torn open, and all you see is her intestines, so everything's red, so it's contrast.
Yeah.
And it's...
blue and red really, like, make each other stand out.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Like, if it's a certain shade of blue with a certain shade of red, the blue will hurt your eyes, honestly.
Yeah.
It's really fucking weird. I don't even know how to describe it, because I've painted with red and blue next to each other like that, and the blue was so intense to look at. It did that thing where if you took the canvas, because it was on a little canvas, if you took the canvas and you shook it, it would look like the blue was wiggling.
Yeah.
So it was trippy to look at, TBH. I accidentally made a trippy painting. I've since thrown it away because cringe. Had writing on it that was cringy.
That's a mood.
Do not ask me what was on it. Because middle school me was cringy.
I feel like that's everyone in middle school.
That's also just because I don't want to remember middle school.
Me too.
Middle school was fucking gross.
So again, the question is, did you find any movie disturbing? And all I wrote was yes. Imprint. So
Oh my
let's
God.
finally get into this episode. So
We've been alluding to it.
yes.
Oh my God.
So this is what I have.
This was rough.
And episode 13, Imprint, originally scheduled to premiere on January 27th, 2006, was shelved by Showtime due to concerns over the content. The creator, Mick Garris, and executive producer of the series, characterized the episode as the most disturbing film he's ever seen. It is only available on DVD and Blu-ray by Anchor Bay Entertainment, along with the rest of the episodes in the first season. Imprint was showed in the UK on Bravo April 7th, 2006. Mm-hmm. You can watch this episode on Amazon Prime. If you have the DVDs, you can watch it on there too. But
well, I don't know why you would want to.
We
were like a little bit less than halfway through. I remember we were like a little bit halfway, like a little less than halfway through this episode. Yeah. And I looked at you, I was like, why is this banned? And you were like, I don't know. We were very confused because nothing bad had happened yet.
No. It wasn't even halfway through the episode. It was literally like the beginning when we were asking about this. Like, why was this banned? We don't know, but we're gonna find out. And oh boy, did we find out.
Yeah, we found out hard, dude. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Woo, boy.
So, the director for this, Takashi Miike, I found this interview that he did with Bloody Disgusting because he talks about this episode.
Takashi, also, are you okay? Do you need a hug, dude?
I feel like he's okay.
Are you? Jeez.
So, this is by Bloody Disgusting.
Oh,
the information I'm going to give you right now is from this article.
Shout out to Bloody Disgusting. You guys are awesome.
Hell yeah.
You say bloody disgusting, I say bloody awesome.
So this is the article. I will read straight from it.
Okay.
So on the anniversary of Takashi Miike's controversial Masters of Horror episode, the director looks back on what he considers to be his scariest work. Yeah. Takashi Miike is not only one of the most prolific directors that is currently working, but he's made a strong name for himself in terms of delivering unique, frightening, and unexplainable visuals.
This was unique, all right.
Ooh, yeah. Even his movies that aren't specifically part of the horror genre still contain macabre sequences. It currently seems that Miike has a mastery over the genre, which makes it so interesting that he's pretty susceptible to becoming its prey. So he's a scaredy cat.
Oh, he's a scaredy cat. Damn, me too, dude.
So this is his quote. I'm actually quite a scaredy cat myself since I was a child. I've been this way, that he admits. Mm-hmm. I'm even a little afraid of the dark. If I'm alone in the dark, I'll sometimes feel like there's a presence behind me, and I'll even be afraid to turn around. But if I do get the courage to turn around, I'll just be scared that whatever was there has just jumped over to the other side of me.
Yeah. There's a creepypasta about that where there's like always something in the corner of your eye, and you'll sometimes catch a glimpse of it, and then it'll go away as soon as you look over at it.
Yeah.
And it's always there. It's always watching you.
So Mikke elaborates that this fear and how it's impacted his appreciation for the horror genre. And he says, this sounds really silly, but as a child, I've always been a bit of a coward. So I don't watch many horror films myself. I personally don't want to pay money to go to a theater to get horribly frightened.
That's valid. I feel that on a personal level.
Yeah. Also, he says that his works aren't exempt from his fear. And he explains, even after I finish making horror films, I usually don't go to the theater to watch them myself.
Dang, dude. Talk about scaring yourself, huh?
Yeah.
That's impressive, though. If you can scare yourself with your own work, I think you're doing a pretty good job.
Oh, hell yeah. So continuing on with this article.
Mm-hmm.
Mikke has crafted some truly frightening works with Audition at the forefront of its pack.
Yeah.
Yep.
I forgot about that.
Yep. I mean, to be fair, it's like a pretty slow burn. And then the intense shit gets on with the ending, but that's it.
Yeah. Just like this episode was kind of a slow burn at first.
Yeah.
And then we get to the really intense shit.
Yeah.
You're like, woo, boy, okay. It goes from like 3, maybe 4 to fucking 12 and within minutes, dude. It's so fucked up.
Oh, yeah. So, continuing with this article, but it's actually Mikke's contribution to Showtime's Masters of Horror series that stuck with him the most. And he said, the scariest of the projects that I've worked on is Imprint.
Yes.
Then he goes on to say, everyone kept telling me that America is a free country and that I could really do whatever I wanted. It's cable TV, so I don't have to hold back at all and make it as scary as possible. So I did that. And then when I showed it to the producers in Japan, they were like, I know we told you that you can do whatever you want, but this is going too far. This is way too far.
And it was.
So, here it is. Imprint tells a highly disturbing story that is set in 1800s Japan.
Mm-hmm.
And involves a man checking in on a prostitute who he left behind many years ago. Needless to say, the prostitute's life has fallen onto terribly harsh times, and in the end product isn't just traumatic. It was too much for the network. Showtime shelved Mikke's episode, only to eventually be released later on DVD. And this is a quote from Mikke himself. We even had to publish this article in the New York Times apologizing that said that this was supposed to be a 13-episode series, but an episode has been cut because it was too scary. So now it's just 12 episodes.
Damn. It's not even necessarily scary, it's just fucked up.
Yeah. So Imprint was definitely the scariest project he's ever worked on. So Imprint is just that. It's a scary tale.
Yes.
That's what it essentially is. So he created it like if it was just another scary story that you can tell your friends.
Talk about scary stories to tell in the dark. Haha.
Yep.
Jeez.
So the reason why we do believe that this was banned was because of the torture scenes and the fact that they show
people getting abortions.
Yes.
Ooh. Seeing shit like this, I'm like, I can see where some pro-life people are coming from because this is probably what they think is happening. It's not what's happening.
It's not what's happening. That's
not what. It's
that's
not
getting aborted.
No.
But that's pretty much...
It's still pretty fucked up to look at.
Oh, it is. It really fucking is.
The torture scene goes on for so long. I couldn't look away.
So, like...
Ugh.
If you have a thing for needles, don't watch it.
I don't know why I kept watching because I have a thing for needles. I couldn't look away.
I don't know. That was on you.
It was like a train wreck, dude. You can't look away from that shit.
No, you know what? You're right. The only time I ever looked away was because of the commercials. And that was because we were forced to look away.
Ugh.
So it's not just that. It is the torture scene, but there is also a scene... Does not show anything, but
implied.
it alludes to child essay.
Yes.
But I mean,
boy.
the dad gets it though.
Yeah, the dad uncle does get it.
Dad/uncle.
Gross.
It's very gross.
He had it coming.
Yeah.
Drunk bastard.
Yep. But also like the visuals for the twist at the end. Do you want to talk about the twist?
Let's talk about the twist.
Okay, let's talk about the twist. So the man that
cool.
initially goes, yes. Initially, I do think it's cool.
Yes.
I do think it's cool.
The torture was not necessary.
No.
Ugh.
No, it was not.
Damn. Could have been implied, man. It could have been implied.
It could have been implied, but I mean, they told him they could do whatever he wanted.
Yeah.
So he did whatever he wanted.
Dude, are you okay?
I'm pretty sure he's fine.
Okay.
Mentally, I'm pretty sure he's okay.
I'll take your word for it.
Yeah. But essentially, the man that goes to see that prostitute that he left, he fell in love with her. They both loved each other,
yeah.
But he was too late with everything that had happened.
Yeah.
And he meets this other prostitute who knew the other one.
Yeah.
That he wanted to see. And
I can't remember their names from the top of my head.
I cannot either. And I feel like crap.
We don't want to look it up.
I don't want to see that again.
Spare us, we don't want to look. This girl's kimono is really pretty, though. The purple one.
So the girl that we initially see that is talking to the guy that came to see the other prostitute, yes, her kimono is like really fucking cute.
Also, she's got like a messed up, like not messed up, she's got like scarring on her face.
Mm-hmm.
It's a birth, not deep, I guess it would be a defect. It's a,
well, it's supposed to basically symbolize like inbreeding.
Yeah. Because
her parents are brother and sister.
Yes.
Yeah. And the thing is, what we find out is that deformality is because she was a twin.
Yeah.
And it was conjoined twins.
Yeah.
But that twin did not form.
No.
Fully. So it was basically stuck on her head.
Still has thoughts.
Yeah, still has thoughts. It is a living person. It's a living person.
Yeah.
It's not a fucking demon or anything. It's a living person. It does got teeth. It's a hand. It has eyes and teeth.
I thought it was eyes or one eye? Oh no, it was two.
It was two eyes.
It was two eyes.
I remember that. That shit's imprinted in my fucking imprinted.
It's the opposite for me. It's repressing. Slowly.
It's two eyes and teeth. And every time the girl tries to like defy it, it bites her head and basically gives her pain. So what happened was she pretty much like blackmailed the other girl because of the twin sister, because the twin sister is greedy and she wanted the
because they work at a brothel.
Yeah, they work at a brothel. I guess I don't know what would you call the woman that runs it?
The headmistress, I guess.
I guess.
I don't know.
But basically, like, the woman who runs it, she's a
bitch.
She was a bitch. She had this, like, really pretty, I think, like, hairpin or something.
It was a ring.
Oh, a ring?
Yeah, it was a ring.
Okay. So she had, like, this really pretty ring.
Love how I remember that.
And the twin sister really wanted and basically just forced this woman to get it, the girl to get it. And they framed the other girl. Mm-hmm. The one that the guy is looking for.
And she's really sweet.
Yes, she's very sweet. She's very popular in the brothel. And all the other girls hated that. So they used that to their advantage. And they used this as an excuse to torture her.
Yep.
Relentlessly to the point where she could not take it anymore. And she hangs herself.
Yep. Dude, this torture scene is so fucked up.
Yeah.
It's so again, don't like needles. If you don't like bamboo, like, because it's what it is. It's bamboo, wooden bamboo, like, skewers, I guess it is. They fucking put them under her fingernails and shit. And they hang her up all contorted, and they put, like, needles in her gums, and...
Yeah.
There's a part where she's, like, all contorted, being hung up, and I guess she's, like, super scared, or I don't know, and she pees on herself. Oh my god.
It's so sad.
It is fucked up. It is easily one of the most fucked up things I think I've ever watched.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And, like, we legit almost, like, skipped it. And, like, oh my god.
No, because we were going to skip it because the commercials came up before anything happened with, like,
the kid.
Yeah, the kid. And we thought we were going to see that.
Yeah, we thought we were going to see an essay because, like, we'd already seen the torture.
Yeah.
Because she reveals the torture before she reveals she has a twin. Oh, boy!
So we were just like, we didn't want to take chances. So right as, like, the commercial stopped, I paused it and we checked. Nothing. So we were like, you're pretty much safe from watching, like, essay happen.
It's implied.
It's implied that it did happen, but you don't see it actually happen.
Thank God.
Also, with this series, you have to be careful with, like, not just that, but, like, animal cruelty.
Yeah.
Because there was one episode that we did not want to take a chance with, and it was pelts. And from the synopsis of it, it's about raccoons. So we we did not want to take the chance because we didn't know or don't know how
graphic.
Yeah, how graphic it would be.
If they were still alive or not.
Yeah.
We both have a soft spot for raccoons, is the thing.
Like, animals in general.
Yeah.
For the most part.
But just, like, we have a certain kind of bond with raccoons.
Yeah.
That's kind of our own thing. That we really like raccoons.
We just really like raccoons.
They're so cute. Little masked bandits. I love them.
But yeah, that's the only episode we did not watch.
Yeah. TBH, though, after watching Imprint, I feel like we might be fine. But we could ask Adam if, like, animals are still alive. Because if they're already dead, I don't have a problem with that. It's if they're alive that I have a problem with.
But the thing is, the synopsis says that it skins them, so I don't know if we would watch that, you know? I don't know if they'd show that being skinned.
Yeah, we can ask Adam after this.
We can ask Adam after this. Because, again, out of the 26 episodes, that is the only one that we watched, that we didn't watch.
Yeah.
I still can't believe we watched the band episode.
Me neither. I feel like we'd be fine with pelts, but, like, I don't know.
But I mean, like, after Imprint, we were really careful with the other ones after.
We were like, are we sure we want to do this?
But the thing is, it's like, I had already seen some episodes of the second season, so I was like, I know some I'm fine with.
And you know of Black Cat.
Yeah, I know of Black Cat. So with Black Cat.
You didn't warn me about the cruelty in that one.
Yeah. But here's the thing. I didn't remember it.
Oh, that's fair. Because it'd been a long time since you'd seen Black Cat, right?
Yeah. It's been... How old is Mason? 11 years.
Damn. Yeah, you straight up Black Cat, you watch Mr. Poe poke the fucking the cat's eye out. Like, it shows it, and I'm like, I had to look away. I couldn't do it. The cat's yowling, I'm like, ugh.
At the time when I watched this movie, it was on Netflix, and I had Netflix at the time.
This was on Netflix?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Masters of Horror used to be on Netflix.
Damn. Wait. Did Loey... I feel like Loey talked about this briefly. Not, like, the show, or the show in general. Just, like, I think she mentioned it for some reason. I can't remember, but now I have to look at her YouTube channel. Shit.
I don't know.
It's fine, whatever.
But again, this used to be, like, on Netflix, and at the time, I would go with my mom to go see my little brother in the ICU because he was born premature, so he had to stay in there. And my mom would go in first. I could not go in because I was not, like, of age to go see him yet.
Yeah.
So I would just be waiting out in the waiting room.
Oh yeah, you watched it on your phone.
Yeah, I watched it on... Not my phone. I watched it on, like, my iPod.
Gotcha.
Because I had, like, the hospital's Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
And I was trying to pick, like, I didn't know which movie I wanted to watch, but also I kind of wanted to watch one that was, like, I guess tame-ish, that I could watch around people.
This is not the most tame thing you could have watched out of this series.
Out of this whole entire series that shows nudity. And I was, like,
yeah, Black
14?
Cat. Yeah, Black Cat didn't have nudity in it.
No. That was the tamest one I could have watched around people.
That's fair.
But yeah, I just remember watching that. Especially the thing that I remember mostly was the bar scene before he gets tossed out the first time and he stomps on the bartender's, like, hand.
Yeah.
That I remember vividly because at the same time that the bartender screamed out, I heard a fucking baby scream.
Oh, God.
And I was like, oh.
Okay. Yeah.
So, like, scared me twice.
Fun fact, the barkeep, I can't remember the actor's name now, but he plays the Han in Ghost of Tsushima, and he's also, or the Khan in Ghost of Tsushima, excuse me. He plays the Han in Night at the Museum.
Yeah.
He seems like a big old teddy bear, TBH.
Oh, he does.
He always plays, like, these imposing bad guy. He's not really a bad guy in that museum, but he is in Ghost of Tsushima. But he seems like a really nice guy in real life. Can't remember his fucking name.
Oh my god. So yeah, with this series, Mick Garris, he has like such a love for these directors.
Yeah.
He really does. And it shows.
It shows.
It really shows. Because he takes his time to look over everything, and he actually doesn't direct a lot of these. I think there's only like 2 or 3 that he does direct, like co-direct. But he wanted this show just for the directors, just so they can do what they wanted.
Yeah.
And
which I think is such a smart move.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Like,
just
I think
giving them free reign to, like, possibly try out ideas that they've had for a while that they probably couldn't make into a full-length film because they're...
Like, the studios wouldn't pick it up.
Studios wouldn't pick it up, or there just wasn't enough content for a full-length film.
Yeah.
But I think it's such a great idea to let people like that you're working with have free reign over whatever, because you know that it gets the creative juices flowing and everything like that. And I think it was such a good idea. So good on you, dude. It was great. This show, despite Imprint, was and don't get me wrong, there were some parts of Imprint that I enjoyed it more than that fucking episode where all the fucking dudes were horny for the girls, and I'm like, ugh. But like, I enjoyed it more than that, that's for sure. But still, and again, I'm glad that they all had the free reign to do basically whatever. I do think it's funny though, because almost, except for 2, I don't think Family had boobies in it, but just about every single episode had boobies in it at some point. Boobies,
yeah,
were
at
all
some
over
point.
this.
And what I want to point out is this article from moviehole.net.
Yes.
And it says, in the recent years, like, we've lost directors who, despite being so loved by the horror genre, never got their due from, like, Hollywood's paymasters.
Yeah.
And it's so sad.
That's usually how it goes.
It is. And Garris in particular remembers Tobe Hooper.
Yeah.
Because the late director's episode of Masters of Horror episodes were among the last of his projects that he ever made before his death in 2017.
Aww.
And he remembers those days very fondly because they're like best friends, you know? Like,
Man.
he's this so again with Mike Flanagan. Mike Flanagan sums this up so well.
Mm-hmm.
And this is his quote. Mick has 2 essential traits: a genuine and consuming love of horror and an impeccable reputation. He spent years pulling together a bona fide community of horror creators. He's a very talented filmmaker, but he's also a catalyst. He brings people together and brings them and keeps them together. He's built this network so his legacy goes beyond his work.
And, like, it just also goes to show that Hollywood, in general, despite how popular horror is, it's very also just, like, in the big picture, overlooked within Hollywood. And not counting the Conjuring series, because the series is huge. But I'm talking, like, good, like, really good films like The Black Phone, Midsommar, Hereditary, The Lighthouse, stuff like that should be nominated for Oscars, in my opinion. I think The Lighthouse was nominated for an Oscar of some sort. I can't remember which one. But, like, stuff like that just doesn't get recognized very often in Hollywood.
No, it doesn't. I think the only times we ever saw, like, a quote-unquote horror movie get recognition was Silence of the Lambs, but that's because they categorize it as psychological.
Yeah.
And to them, that's not horror, but to us, it's horror.
It's definitely horror. Psychological is probably some of the best horror you can have, because your mind can fuck with you.
And there's, like... So this actually gives the list of a few more people that he's worked with and that are in his, like, circle. And I love that. And you can see that he has so much love for this genre, because he's... Also, the show that I showed you, Eli Roth's History of Horror, he does talk about Masters of Horror a little bit with this show, which honestly, you guys should definitely watch or hear, because they also have it on Spotify, where they have, like, all the separate interviews for Eli Roth's History of Horror. They have all these interviews, and if you want to watch the show, you can watch the show on Shudder. We're not sponsored by Shudder, but goddamn, we use Shudder all the time.
We would love to be sponsored by Shudder.
Yes, we would.
Maybe one day.
But Mick Garris was a co-producer for Eli Roth's History of Horror. And also, you can tell even with his, like, podcasts, Postmortem. I've only listened to, like, a couple episodes so far. I had just recently found out about this one. Again, because I've seen it in passing sometimes, but I've never really gotten into it. But since taking a listen to it, with his, like, talk with Rob Zombie, which is, like, the first episode, you can tell that he wants to let the other person shine.
Yeah.
You can tell that he always wants the attention on the other person that he's interviewing. And he will ask questions that will bring out their creativity, that will bring out their feelings towards what project they're talking about. And it's so sweet to hear.
He just seems like a really, really nice guy.
He is.
God. Eli, you want to hit us up? We could all have a combo. That'd be awesome. I would love that. You seem like a really nice dude. This show is very... I love watching shows like this where you're kind of going behind the scenes of things, even though it's not really behind the scenes of movies in particular. It's just, like, getting the actors' thoughts, feelings. Even Stephen King is in the show occasionally, and he'll give his thoughts and feelings about certain movies, which I think is really cool. And it's just a endearing show to watch, because you can tell everybody involved is just so passionate about everything they've been in, like, with the horror genre.
So I know this episode is mainly about Masters of Horror, but I want to bring up another horror anthology series, and this was also by Mick Garris.
Okay.
This one, on the other hand, was right after Masters of Horror, and it's called Fear Itself. And it is a horror suspense anthology series that debuted on NBC on June 5th, 2008, but was pulled from the air after late July 2008, with 5 episodes remaining unaired by NBC because the Olympics.
What?
Yes, so they initially said that the Olympics would, like, take its slot as it usually does, but after the show would resume to premiere on the network, but that never happened. That wasn't the case. They didn't air the rest of the episodes.
Who gives a rat's ass about the Olympics? That shit is so fucking boring.
Apparently a lot of people do.
Guys, priorities, please.
So this had the basically same premise as Masters of Horror. But so it says that its title derived from the famous Franklin D. Roosevelt quote, "The only thing you have to fear is fear itself." The anthology was born out of Masters of Horror and shares several of the same creative elements. It features self-contained horror thriller stories directed by the biggest horror directors working in features today. Both shows were created by Mick Garris, and both shows are produced by the Industry Entertainment's Andrew Dean, Adam Goldworm, and Ben Bowing. There's like a lot of other directors, but they each like directed an episode for this. And it says right here that the series was filmed in the city of Edmonton, Alberta, Canada, and some additional filming taking place in St. Albert in the town of Devon, Alberta. And the thing is, the show was on for like Thursday nights at 9, and it was put on hiatus during the duration of the 2008 Summer Olympics. Yeah.
Lame.
With the promise of a return once the event was over, but no further episodes were aired. While NBC failed to comment on the fate of the series once the Olympics ended, its time slot was thereafter filled with reruns of another NBC show, and Fear itself did not appear on the NBC fall 2008 schedule. But in the UK, the show started airing on, I think 5 Star, that's how you say it?
NBC?
I don't know.
I guess it's pronounced 5 Star.
I guess, I don't know. From Friday, May 4th, 2012, and in Australia, the show commenced screening in August 2012 on the FX channel, available on Foxtel program.
America, what is wrong with you?
I don't know, man.
Come on, guys. Get with the program.
But if you ever wanted to watch those episodes, you can get the whole complete series on DVD. And it was released in 2009.
Sweet.
And here's the thing. I have seen this series.
Ooh.
Because after I had watched a couple episodes, movies for Masters of Horror, and I figured out that he also did this series, I was like, I've never seen this. I want to watch it. So I did watch it. And it's just as good as this one.
Ooh.
Just as good as this one. I fucking love it. You can watch it for free on YouTube.
Really?
You can watch it. Literally just look up Fear itself. It's on YouTube for free. And we can watch that tomorrow, honestly.
Okay. Damn. Damn YouTube shit. Okay.
It's so good. So if you have watched...
Everything's age restricted. Can you imagine?
Oh my god. But here's the thing. It's so good, and one of the memorable like episode that I remember from this from Fear itself is the episode Eater. And if you know Elizabeth Moss from like The Handmaid's Tale or from the remake of The Invisible Man, she is such an amazing actress. Love her. And this fucking episode scared the shit out of me.
Beautiful.
So good.
Love to see
it's one of the memorable episodes that I have on here. But again, it's like this whole entire series, so good, and I'm so sad that it was canceled because again, it's another series that you can tell that people from the horror genre loved doing this.
Again, the horror genre being overlooked. Can you guys please get with the program?
It's gonna be overlooked, but that's why, like there's, like, with Dead Meat, and they do, like, their chainsaw awards and stuff like that, and there's Shudder, where they have, like, their own award show, and I saw that recently. I think this was, like, the second or third time, or the first time they've done that before.
Yeah, it's the first time.
And it was so good, and they always take jabs at, like, all the rest of, like, the, I guess, quote-unquote, normal award shows.
Yeah.
Where they leave horror behind. And it's so sad seeing that because there's so many great horror movies.
Yes.
And it's sad to see it getting shoved under the rug.
Yeah. Horror deserves to be celebrated the way that, especially Dead Meat, James and Chelsea celebrate horror. Because they legitimately made this into an award where the audience, where we actually voted and it actually mattered.
Yeah.
Because, in my opinion, and as much as I used to like award shows back in the day, I'm not big on them anymore, it doesn't matter if you voted or not, I feel like. But with this, it did matter. And I think it was so cool that they got to actually have actors like Felissa Rose and Tony Todd to pop in there, because they're basically buddies with those people at this point.
And also, it's not just, like, movies and stuff like that, or TV shows. Musicians, too.
Because the guy from Ice Nine Kills was on there, too, I think.
Yeah, they're friends with Spencer Charnas. He's the lead singer for Ice Nine Kills. Not only was he on their award show, but both James and Chelsea are also in his projects for Ice Nine Kills, because they're in his music videos and they played detectives.
Yeah.
It's so good how the horror community is so close.
Yeah.
It's so tight-knit.
And honestly, James and Chelsea are, like, huge inspirations for us. They're, like, one of the main reasons for me personally, aside from Will and Kristen who have Guide to the Unknown. They are also a couple of, like, the main reason why I really wanted to do this podcast, especially with you, because seeing them be so passionate about the horror genre in general, and also us being really into the horror genre and passionate about it, it was like they were really just inspiring for me, because without them, I don't think we would have even started this podcast. Because, I mean, even before I started watching Dead Meat, James's kill counts, I was starting to warm up to the horror genre in general, because, theater, we, like, went over a lot of, like, special effects and stuff. And after I graduated, I dabbled in the horror stuff, because, Jacksepticeye and Markiplier play a lot of horror games. But then I came across, because I can't remember why I looked it up, but I wanted to look up something about Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark, because the movie had come out previously. And I saw James's kill count for it. And I was like, what is this? Because I'd heard about the kill count, and I know I'd seen James somewhere. I couldn't remember where. Spoiler alert, it was for a channel I won't talk about because they're kind of at the moment. But I saw James pop up in a game theory video for a second. I think actually it was for whether or not you could kill Jason. Mm-hmm. Or Michael. I can't remember if it was Jason or Michael. But James gave his input on it, and then I completely forgot about him, and then I watched the kill count for, hello, sir. For Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark. Hi, baby. And from then on, we have a cat. Oh, he's wet.
Oh.
Is it raining? Is it raining out, honey? But from then on, I really started getting into horror and horror movies, horror media in general, because either shortly before or shortly after that, I got into Stranger Things, because you finally pushed me to watch that shit.
Yes, I did.
And now here we are, a couple years later, and I love James and Chelsea. I love Dead Meat. I listen to their podcast fucking religiously. Except for, like, stuff that you don't want me to get spoiled on.
Yes.
No, I have not looked at Scream in any way, shape, or form. I just know Matthew Lillard is in it, and that's all I know about it.
No, because honestly, guys, it's so rare to find someone that hasn't seen this series, and I want her to experience it blind going in. I need to see her reactions to this, because I've never seen anyone's blind reaction to Scream before.
I know you're so excited about
Yes, I am. I want her to guess all the killers in these movies. So, yes. It's going to be great. But, yeah, like, horror has such a huge, like, impact in my life. Since I was, like, a little kid, I've loved horror movies. I loved everything scary. I fucking love Halloween. And I think it's really funny. Like, it's very on brand for me, because my mom has always told me that so I was born a twin, and we were both preemies, but the thing is, I was the second twin, and my sister was the first one that my mom knew of. And my mom has always told me that when she went in for her ultrasound on Halloween in 1995, the nurse told her, oh, the 2 heartbeats are really fine, they're doing great. And my mom's like, 2? And she's like, yeah, 2, you're having twins. And she's like, I'm what?
You've been spooky ever since.
Yeah. So I think that it's like not just that, but like it's my family.
Yeah.
Like, my family is super into horror, and we love going all out for Halloween. And even though, like, I've moved away from everyone, I still send them, like, trailers for horror movies that are coming out. And me and my uncle always pick the ones that we want to watch, like, on Netflix together sometimes. And the Chucky series, me and my mom watch that together every week. And even though, like, I'm far from her, we're still gonna watch it together. Like, she's gonna have it on her, like, iPad, and I can watch the TV from there with her. So we can still watch Chucky together. And it's just, like, a huge relief to find your, like, quote-unquote family in such a huge way like that. Because there's a lot of people that you can relate to. There's a lot of people that you can just confide into because of the horror genre.
And I have to say, the horror genre has got to be, like, the nicest community you can be a part of.
Yeah.
So many people are just so sweet and so supportive. Even just, like, even something as simple as Halloween Horror Nights, people are just going there to experience fear together. And I know for a fact that people will go there alone and, like, just cling to a stranger.
Yeah.
If there's, like, an actor coming up and spooking the hell out of them. Because that's just, like, you bond together over horror.
Yeah, like, there was one time when I went with my aunt and uncle. I was kind of, like, a little away from them. But they were, like, still behind me. But one of the scare actors, like, came up behind me, and I instantly, like, grabbed some random person's hand. And we were both, like, laughing at it. And the thing is, it's like, we just understand, like, it happens.
Yeah.
And we're, like, completely okay with it.
It's just, man. And again, a huge, this is obviously, because we talked so highly about them, a huge shout out to James and Chelsea. You guys are a huge inspiration to us. We love you so much. Also, this is very late. Congratulations on getting married. You two are so precious. So precious together.
Yeah, like,
and horror is just so vast.
It is.
There's so many, like, subgenres of horror. And all the games, and the novels, and the movies, and the shows,
there's just something for everyone out there.
Yes.
Like, if something's not for you, it's gonna be something for someone else.
Yes.
And that's what I love about it. And the fact that, like, you don't have to have the same opinions as someone. But the fact that, like, the opinion that you have is the fact that you love horror is enough, honestly.
Yeah. And obviously you guys love horror if you're listening to this.
Yeah.
And again, oh my gosh, I'm blanking. What is the director's name who made Masters of Horror? I'm horrible with names.
Mick Garris.
Mick Garris. Big shout out to you, dude. You made a kick-ass show. We really enjoyed it. Obviously, aside from Imprint, but it's still an enjoyable episode in most
For the most part.
For the most part. It fucked us up, but it was still really good.
And I think that's honestly the point.
Yeah.
I think that's really the point. Again, like, this show and a lot of, like, the stuff that we love wouldn't have been created if it wasn't for Mick Garris and his love for the genre and his love and oh, we got the cat up here.
He wants to be picked up.
Oh, he wants to be picked up. Do you want to purr in the mic?
Say hi to Mick. Oh. Hi, sweet boy. Even then, I have a cat named Phantom. He's sitting on my shoulder right now.
Yeah.
He's gonna jump on the couch, though. I can guarantee it.
Oh.
Phantom's named after a different character, though. Not the Phantom of the Opera.
It's a ghost, though. It's a ghost.
It's a ghost. Technically. And Sookie's named after Sookie Stackhouse from True Blood.
There you go. There you go. But yeah, again, we wouldn't have a lot of the stuff that we have now if it wasn't for people who are passionate about this genre and who love to highlight other people's work.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, just shout out to you, Mick. Dude, you were awesome.
Yeah.
If you somehow managed to listen to this, see this, whatever, Shout out to you, dude. You made a kick-ass series. Wish there was more.
Oh, fuck yeah. I really wish there was more.
Because you don't see stuff like this anymore.
No, you don't. And it's sad.
I want more stuff like this. Like, there's something very nostalgic about this. There's also the fact that, and as much as I like today's horror movies, some of them are just, like, too polished, I think. I prefer the stuff from 70s and 80s because they don't have the Hollywood polish to them. They are just passion projects.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Things are gonna age. Things are gonna, change.
Yeah.
But, and that's something you can't really change about itself.
Yeah. And again, there's nothing wrong with that. It's just...
No, but there's, like, really good movies that are out there. Like... The Black Phone. The
Black Phone, like, the more I look at content about The Black Phone, I didn't like it initially that much, but the more I look at it, and, like, watch people's reactions to it, the more I'm, like, starting to really appreciate and like it. I think we need I personally need to rewatch it. There's a scene I'm gonna have to skip, but I do need to rewatch it.
Oh, yeah. But again, like, it's not that new movies can't be good.
No, it's not that.
No, because, like, The Black Phone's good. And I'm hearing lots of good things about, like, Bodies.
Yeah.
I really want to see that movie.
And also...
And, like, if you Scream, compare it to, like, the 96 to the new one, or even, like, the 2011 one.
Comparing them is gonna be the downfall.
Comparing them is going to be the downfall, but the thing is, it's like, no matter what,
the love is still there.
It's the same franchise that you all love.
Yeah.
No matter how different, like, the film is, you know?
Yeah. Again, like
based on looks. No matter how different it looks, it's still the same franchise that you love.
Except for The Conjuring, they all look the same.
Yeah. Not gonna lie.
Just a joke, I promise.
The first one's good.
I haven't seen any of them. I can't make the
I've seen only the first one. I tried to watch the second one, but I was around, like, little kids, and I could not focus on the movie.
That's a movie.
Yeah. But again, it's like, no matter how the movie looks, whether it's polished or not, it just depends on the content itself.
Yeah.
Because The Black Phone was polished, and that shit was good.
Yeah.
I love that movie.
I say polished, like...
But you mean, like, new age movies?
No, not necessarily. Just, like...
Or do you mean, like, high budget movies?
High budget movies. The Black Phone, though, has a kind of nostalgia... It's only because it takes place in the 70s. Has a somewhat nostalgic feel to it for me. But the problem is, though, also, is that I feel like horror movies get advertised poorly a lot of the time.
Oh.
And it makes me be like, oh, this looks fucking stupid.
Oh, but this isn't new.
This is
As
not new.
we discussed in earlier, like, episodes, again, our horror and, like, LGBTQ, the advertising for, like, Jennifer's Body was fucking piss.
Terrible.
It was sad. And it ruined the movie for a lot of us until later on when we actually gave it a chance and we figured out this is a fucking masterpiece.
Yeah. It's a cult classic now.
Yeah.
And that's just what happens. And again, that's not just down to horror. Even for some, like, kids movie. Like, for example, this is a really random example, but, like, Rise of the Guardians by DreamWorks. I took years to watch because it was advertised poorly. In my opinion, it was advertised poorly. It did not catch my attention. I did not care about what was going on with Jack Frost. But then I, like, started hearing people talking about it on Facebook, and I was like, this sounds like an interesting concept. So I watched it. I love it. Like, just, like, the way stuff was advertised. I hate the way some movies are advertised, where you know that it's probably really, really good, but the way movies are sometimes advertised make it look bad.
Yeah, and that's the thing. You can't really tell because it's going to be a hit or miss.
Yeah.
Regardless. And even if, like, the like, trailers and advertisements are good and you go see it and it's not good in your opinion, that fucking happens too. Like, you can't help it.
Yeah.
Regardless of the advertisements or not, you have to take that risk with movies.
Yeah.
If you want to.
Even if you're somewhat interested in it, give it a chance.
Yeah. It's just 50-50.
Yeah.
It's a 50-50 chance that you
Yeah, they like it or you don't.
Yeah.
And again, I've said this before, the worst thing a movie can be is boring.
Exactly.
A movie can be bad, but still be entertaining.
Yes.
Like,
fully.
Wild entertaining.
For example,
Excuse me.
the fucking episode, the Screwfly episode, that shit was boring.
Yeah.
It was boring. And I didn't like it.
That was like one of the few times I scrolled on my phone the entire time.
Yeah, me too. I did not like it. I wanted to skip it, but I was like, I'm gonna give it a chance. And I gave it a chance, and I did not like it.
Yeah, no, didn't like it.
It was boring.
It was very boring. It's just like, this shit happens all the time.
Yeah. I'm like, damn, I don't want to watch this. But we just let it play. We were just watching it in the background.
Yeah, it was literally, it was background noise.
Yeah.
I think I was playing Animal Crossing.
Yeah, you are.
I was playing Animal Crossing when we were watching that. Of course.
Oh, I think, like, we were watching the Screwfly experiment thing. And I think, what was it?
You even read the synopsis, so we were both like, this is gonna sound bad.
Yeah,
Like,
it sounded bad. I read the synopsis and I was like, I don't like it already. Without even seeing it. But where is it?
Because I'm like, again, and I joke around with the director.
Oh, okay. So the thing is, it's like, the Screwfly solution. The thing is, after this one, we were like, do we want to go through with the other ones? Like, do we want to do this to ourselves? What if the other ones are bad? And you want to know the next one? The next one was Valerie on the stairs, and we were so happy to stick to it.
Yes. God. Yeah, like, this is where sometimes directors can be hit or miss, where you get this series where you're basically allowed to make a horror film about whatever you want, and he went with that.
I mean, like, I guess the concept is interesting to some, but not really.
If you're a dude, it is, I'm sure.
Yeah, but I mean, especially with,
Not all
like...
dudes, I promise. It's just...
It's just, especially with the time, that was, like, 2007.
Yeah.
And we're in, like, 2022. Shit changes.
Yeah.
And, like...
Unfortunately, that one is still kind of relevant.
That one is very... It's not kind of... It's very relevant.
Yeah.
Just like pro-life.
Yeah.
Just like pro-life.
Except one's better than the other.
Yeah, pro-life is better.
Pro-life is better. Not the actual practice.
Not the actual practice. The fucking movie, you nerds. The movie. But again, like...
Get your Bible-thumping ass up out of here.
Leave me alone.
I mean, what?
Leave me the fuck alone. I don't want to, like,
Oh,
listen to any of that.
Fuck off. Hey, if there are any...
No, but I'm honestly, the guys, like, I respect your fucking views. I respect your beliefs. Respect mine.
Guys, hey,
and
I'm
don't-
gonna tell you this right now.
don't do this to me.
If you're pro-life and you stand outside of a Planned Parenthood, I'm gonna tell you this right now. Planned Parenthood is not just for abortions. It's for birth control. And also a bunch of gynecologist stuff. To check and see if you got cancer.
Yeah, well, apparently they don't fucking go to one. Obviously.
No!
Ow, that hurt my ear.
I'm so sorry.
God damn it, I'm gonna have to cut that out.
I'm so sorry. Just, no. But yeah, no. It's Planned Parenthood is not just abortions, you stupid motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Goddamn. Anyway. Moving on.
So
Holy
good.
shit, it's 3:30 in the morning.
So again.
Anyway. Yeah, cat break.
So again, I really want to thank Mick Garris for creating this show and for being like even today, like 17 years later, still being a huge impact to the horror community, where people still talk about this show.
Yeah.
People are constantly talking about you, and it's the most like endearing thing ever.
Yeah, shout out to you, dude. Like, seriously, this was a super fun... And as someone who's definitely late to the horror scene, this was a very, very fun show. Like, we give Screwfly, like, shit. But, like, it's still a really, really good show.
Yeah.
Like, it was genuinely probably the most fun I've had watching something horror-related in a while.
Yeah.
Like, I think the last time I had this much fun watching horror was when we watched Scooby-Doo on Zombie Island for the podcast.
Yeah, because the joke
ago.
still stuck.
Yeah, they did. Like, we laughed out loud with that.
We did.
But yeah, just shout out to you, dude. I'm really sad that there's no more seasons. Maybe one day there'll be more. I doubt it, but wouldn't it be nice?
It would be nice, if only,
And,
but I mean...
If you need some extras, hit us up. Hello? We'd love to work with you. And Greg Nicotero, hello?
Oh, yeah, definitely. Like, I can't say this enough for my love with the horror genre. It is one of, like, the greatest loves in my life.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely.
Hence the username, Spooky Scary Lesbian.
Well, yeah, I mean, because, like, horror is my second home, if that makes any sense.
Yeah. There's comfort in the horror.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I have my horror comfort movies and comfort TV shows.
And games, of course.
Oh, yeah, and games. But, like, Masters of Horror is one of my comfort shows that I watch from time to time. And, also, like, another show like Darknet that we watched together, that one's also another comfort show for me. It only lasted for, like, 6 episodes, I think. But it was really good.
I honestly didn't care for it that much because I've kind of lost interest in it, but I could see where people would really, really like it. The concept is interesting. Didn't keep my attention.
I liked it.
I know you liked
Clearly I liked it because I bought it on fucking Amazon. It was cheap though, so
yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. But it's one of my fucking favorite shows too. Canadians, you make really good horror TV.
Yeah.
Especially slasher. God damn, slasher's so good. But again, like I wanna thank like Mick Garris for doing what he does and doing what he loves and bringing people together because of this genre.
Thanks, Mick. And again, huge shout out to James and Chelsea. You guys are awesome. You guys are so great. This is the third shout out I'm giving you. I don't care.
Also,
love you
like,
guys.
Hell yeah, shout out to Tony Todd too.
Tony Todd, let's fucking go. You were awesome as the Beast and Valerie on the stairs. Shit,
So
dude.
good.
You're badass. And Norman Reedus, we love Norman Reedus as well.
We love Norman Reedus and we love John Carpenter too. Thank you for being like one of my fucking childhood inspirations.
Fucking shit was awesome, dude.
So good.
But
Oh my god.
oh
my God.
boy,
It was great.
it was great.
I loved this episode a lot.
I can tell.
Again, the horror
Just
has such a huge
Getting to
place in my
gush
heart.
about horror at the end of talking about such an iconic show at the
Yeah.
end of it all is very nice.
Oh,
It's
it
very
is.
relieving. It's just, this is what we feel for horror. And we're excited for what the future holds for this podcast because we have a lot of like stuff planned.
Oh
for
yeah,
sure.
we do. Again with like mixed like love for the genre. This is our love for the genre. This is how we're showing like our passion for what we love.
You little shit.
Did he bite you?
He clawed my toe.
Oh my god,
Look at him.
I can't see him.
He's on his back on the floor.
Excuse me, that's my shoe. So yeah, again with Mick Garris and his love for the horror genre, which you can clearly see that he has with all the works he's done. It's
continuing to do.
Yeah, and it's continuing to do. He's not retired or anything. He's still doing this. This is basically what we can contribute to our love for horror. And it's the same thing that he does, which is highlighting other creators in the horror genre.
Yeah. Well, little spooks, that's going to be it for us today. We went on for a while.
Oh, we did, and it's great. I love
Worth it.
So worth it. So join us next week as we discuss childhood trauma. And honestly, no, we are not going to be talking to you about our internal traumas that we had as we were children. We are going to be talking about childhood shows that scared us as kids.
Oh, yeah. Huh. That's going to be really fun. You guys are not our therapists. I'm sorry.
No.
Maybe for the Patreon. No.
No.
I'm kidding.
Especially not the Patreon.
Kidding.
We don't even have one, but
No,
yeah.
we don't.
No, we don't.
Don't forget to rate us and tap that bell icon on Spotify so you don't miss an episode. We post every Saturday if we're not fucked up, but it's fine. If you want to follow the Guarded by Demons socials, we're on Twitter at Guarded Demons. We're also on Anchor, YouTube, and Instagram at Guarded by Demons. We also have an email, guardeddemonpod@gmail.com, if you want to write in and suggest some topics, movies, or games we could play. And you guys have until the 25th of September to write in and tell us some personal ghost stories that you've experienced. If you've got an experience from, like, if your mom has experienced something, you can send that into, or just like a family traditional, like, story that has been passed down that somebody in your family has experienced, or just in general something that you have experienced with the paranormal. Send it in. We want to hear it. We'll read it on an episode for spooky season for October. But yeah, just to bring those in, and you can also tell us how we did in the email. Be nice though, because I read them and I'm sensitive. If you're not nice, I will cry.
Also, we are not just on Spotify, but we are also on YouTube. And if you're listening to this on YouTube, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and hit the bell notification so you won't miss an episode.
Also, we're on Apple Podcasts now too.
Yes, we are on Apple Podcasts. We are on iTunes. Also on iTunes, don't forget that you can leave a review and you can rate us on there.
Be nice.
Please be nice, because I will be the one that's looking at them.
We're both sensitive. We will cry.
We are also on Google Podcasts.
Yeah. We're basically just about anywhere you could get podcasts,
Yep.
I feel like.
We just want to thank Anchor for sponsoring us.
Thank you for sponsoring us, Anchor. We're so excited. God. Our first sponsor. Thanks, Anchor. God, I'm so excited.
I'm very excited.
Thank you, Fan. He gets an approval from Phantom.
Hell yeah. So once again, I am Kimberly, and if you want to follow me on my personal accounts, I am the Lesbian Spook on Twitter, and I am spooky_scary_lesbian on Twitch and Tumblr. I play some horror games on Twitch, and in October I will be playing FNAF 1, 2, and Sister Location with Lexi on my channel, and then we'll be playing and then we'll be playing The Quarry on her channel. And I write a lot of fan fiction on Tumblr if you want to go look at that.
Yeah. I edit for her.
Yes, she does. And I also have an ASMR channel, again, that I talked about earlier, and it is called Spooky Scary ASMR.
You're doing so well. I'm so proud of you.
I am. My most popular videos, honestly, are my Robin Buckley videos, and I really like that because I love getting to write for another lesbian because I fucking love Robin Buckley, and I love that I can give her more depth to her character with what I'm doing right now.
Shout out to Maya Hawke. You're awesome.
Maya Hawke, love you. You are an amazing actress. Also, an amazing artist. She sings. She has her own music.
True.
Yeah.
Quick thing. Speaking of music artists, shout out to Mr. Nate wants to battle. He's gonna go by Nate Sharp now. I believe he's dropping the Nate Wants to Battle title. He's gonna go by Nate Sharp now, I believe.
Oh, that was too funny.
Newt wants to boot. But no, shout out to him. He's got great music that's related to, like, horror games. And he also recently got married.
Fuck yeah.
So congratulations to you and Anna Prosser. You two are so precious together. I fucking knew it. But, like,
hell yeah,
seriously though, congratulations. You two are so sweet. You guys got married while we were on vacation and we cried. We were so happy for you two.
We fucking cried.
Oh my god. It was so unexpected. But
literally, it was like the same thing when I found out that James and Chelsea were getting married. Yes. I fucking cried so bad. I was so happy for them.
Cute. We didn't even know Nate and Anna were together because they didn't make it public until they got married. So, big flex. Congratulations to you guys. Here's to many happy years together.
Yeah, but, like, you love to fucking see it, though. It's great.
Yes, it's fucking great. They're thriving, and I love it. Also, her wedding gown, beautiful.
So pretty.
But anyway, we're gushing a lot this evening. We're sentimental. It's fine. I'm Lexi. If you want to follow me on Twitch, it's at SemiProEagle. I'm kind of on a hiatus right now because I've kind of burnt myself out by accident with streaming. But that's okay. I'll be back into it sometime for The Quarry next month. I play a variety of games there. I like to play Skyrim there. I've played Stray a lot, which is a really cute game. I highly recommend it. And I do draw from time to time on there. If you want to give that a follow. I also do have a Twitter, Semi-Pro Eagle, same thing, whatever. But yeah.
All right, guys. Stay spooky.